Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? I just wanted to do a random bloody weigh-in because I've been seeing so much about this. Obviously, like the Wiley, the gig situation. I hadn't seen too much of it, but I had to go do some extra research. 'Cause I'm like, alright, cool. What's the actual gist of what's going on? Yeah, I'm in bed. It is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little breakdown on this because I'm just a little like, I find it funny, and as somebody like, obviously I'm a musician myself. If you don't know who I am, if you do, then it is what it is. But the point is, it's like I've always flitted between multiple genres. There was a point when I was doing grime, and I think that these lot actually thought I was trying to like take grime or something. But part of what I'm gonna go into leads into that. But one thing that's always confused me in regards to this whole situation is like why there is such a massive differentiation between like grime and rapping. And part of me feels like off the top of my head now it comes from like an identity thing. I like it's not because I've listened to some of it and I ultimately agree with what Giggs has said, and I've always felt like that. Partly the reason why I'll agree with what he said is I'm not gonna be real. I'm gonna be real, right? Some people might not like me saying it, but like grind people are extremely protective over their thing, and they are some of the biggest. As somebody who feels like he's come from more of a hip hop angle in regards to a rap angle in regards to the music thing, I feel like they're so protective of their space. They are some of the first people to start pointing out what is or what isn't grime. So somebody might say something's grime, and it's like if you don't check certain boundaries, or you might make a certain song with a certain BPM, and then you got man in your DMs all of a sudden, or not in your DMs, but man in your spaces or whatever. Like, what isn't this grime though? Isn't this technically grime? And it just confuses me because again, even if we look at rap, rhythm, and poetry, all that sorts of stuff, like it all stems from the same shit. It's all rhythm and poetry. It's all the same sort of thing. Now, obviously, there are some subgenres and niches within things, but I just don't understand why we as the UK can't understand that our what we do is in terms of grime specifically is a subgenre, but it's still ours and our identity. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like part of the reason why this gets so confusing for a lot of people is just because like by the time people start looking at their identities, by the time they start looking at whatever, they feel like once you just say it's rap or whatever, then they erase it. So then it's like they go overboard to make the point of like, yo, this is a completely different genre. When it's like, bro, I've never seen it as that much of a genre. People ask me what I do, and as somebody who makes multiple genres, I've rapped over guitars, man. I've rapped over grind beats like multiple times. I've rapped over hip hop. I've rapped over trap. You know what I'm saying? Any beats I ain't really touched right now is like rage beats and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing when people ask me, I never know what to say. I just say, bro, I just rap. I just rap because that's what I do. How you attack it is depending on the genre you go through. And again, I'm somebody who, you know, without tooting my own horn, likes to feel like he does multiple genres well. That's always been one of my biggest strengths that I feel like a lot of people don't pay enough attention to with me. I can jump on a grind beat, do that well. I then jump on a loud hip hop track, like an underground hip hop track, and do that well. And then I can jump on a boom bap and do that well. Like that's not easy at all. That's a whole different ear for hearing things. So as somebody who's done that for a long time, like I've always just seen it as rap, and I don't understand why it gets such differentiation in a certain type of way. But as I said, I feel like that honestly just comes from the fact that we don't have that much of an idea, or not. We don't. Sorry, let me not say this before people start killing me. But what I mean is that we just get overprotective. It's overcompensation sometimes, man. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You might wanna. You know, there's think about the man that come to football, bro. Like, if anyone plays football, think about the man that come to football, and then they come with the shin pads, they got the socks, they got the kit. They got their name on the back of the kit, bro. They got the headband. Do you know what I'm saying? They even got a captain's armband. But then when it comes to kicking the ball, that man can't kick ball that well. It's like overcompensation. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same sort of thing where it's like, look, I know, I can tell you know about this ball thing and you're a real fan of this ball thing, but at the same time, it doesn't make it not ball. Or like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm going off on a tangent, but like, it just makes no sense to me. So I don't know. There's a few things I feel like the UK have always been in shackles about. When I first started watching these videos, I see man talking about like OGs and all that type of stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, at first he lost me, but then I understand what he was saying, and it's funny, like being a kind of alternative underground artist, I feel like it's the same sort of thing as well, bro. Like I've always said, pay it like, bro. There's nothing wrong with paying homage. A lot of niggas are so insecure, bro. Like you can like I don't know how to put it. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like a lot of men are so insecure that making like paying homage makes them man feel like I've always said I'm a person. I don't have a problem with apologizing if I'm wrong about something. Like one, I'm right about enough things in my life anyway that it's just like or I have been right, or it just doesn't bother me to say yo I apologize. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's the same sort of thing. Like a lot of niggas they don't like the idea of certain things. So um yeah, when it comes to this OG thing, like I know what he was trying to say. He used it in a more street kind of way, which I get, and sometimes it annoys me because it's like, bro, you ain't gotta be like the UK's again in shackles when it comes to this like street thing. Like street people ain't the only people with a mouth that can speak on stuff. But what I say that to say is I feel like that's what he was saying, bro. Like you gotta pay homage. They ain't nothing like me. I still respect a lot of the people when I first started coming making music, whether I like them personally or not. I can still respect what they've done and understand where I might be borrowing techniques, where I might be doing this, where I might be paying attention to this type of beat, or I want to rap over this type of beat and this inspired me. I can not like you. There's a few man that I don't like that I know that are doing their thing and it makes me feel no way about it. Like no way about it. Like, and that's a big thing. Like paying homage is important in any circle that you're around, because then you know what you're doing in a certain type of way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you go into any role, chefing role, whatever role, you gotta pay homage. And you don't have to, but again, the people that pay the homage, they learn a lot, man. They learn a lot with the skills that they gain on top of it, because it's acknowledging the things that make something great, but then also adding your own thing to it. And that's all paying homage is. But people don't see it like that. They see it as, oh, we're bowing down to the US. No, it's not about bowing down to the US, bro. I don't give no F's about the US like that. I don't really want to live there. Like, actually, I do for a little bit, but it's like, I don't really want to like. I don't have no picks for it. But at the end of the day, fam, it's like I still recognize that by paying homage, recognizing who the great hip hop artists are, certain things like that. I know what I'm doing, so I'm hitting those plus doing what I'm doing. That's what Giggs is saying when he's talking about collaborating with Slick Rick, with some of these people, fam. Because it's like by the time you've collabed with some of these, man, do you know what I'm saying? Like you're hitting things for hip hop. I did that with there's a beat a lot of you don't even know what I'm talking about, but the song called Mr. Hanky, like as somebody who came off of SoundCloud music, growing up doing that sort of thing, that's why I did it on that beat, because that was actually a beat. A Blunts made that beat, and that's a beat that's been used within the underground before. And to me, that was paying homage to him. That was paying homage to the whole scene, but then also doing something fresh for me as a UK artist. There's no UK artist that ever jumped on that beat. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, it's just a paying homage thing, and I just think that like people get so caught up in trying to find their. It's like, bro, you see people that do it every day. They get so caught up in trying to find their own identity, but that they overcompensate for it sometimes. When really, it's all very similar stuff. It's like grime is a subgenre. Like it's okay. It's a subgenre of hip hop and rap, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Unless there's a completely different melodic tone and stuff that goes into it, all it is the BPM. It's like cooking food, bro. It's like cooking. I don't know. You could be. You know what I'm saying? There's bare man that are sick Caribbean chefs. Not even jerk, but just Caribbean chefs. You put them in a Pan Asian restaurant, they're not gonna know what to do. You take a fine dining chef. I'm making these chef friends because I've cooked before. But you take a fine dining chef and put him on a line in a regular like a pub gastro or whatever. He might not know what to do, or they might not know what to do, and that's the point. Do you know what I'm saying? Like with these things, they're just subgenres. The actual tools you use are the same things. The rhyming, the patterns, the pockets. Do you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't, that's why there's many US people that do love grime, because they can still hear the pockets of rap, but they're not listening to it from a musical singer's perspective and then being like, oh, okay, this is what I go on here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, they're hearing the rap cadences, they're hearing the rap pockets, even if slightly different, and understand it. That's why offbeat stuff works. Blueface, all these people, you can hear the pockets of where they hit offbeat. There's some men that are just offbeat. There's some men that are offbeat on purpose. I thought his name's Slick the Shocker. Do you know what I'm saying? From back in the day, if I'm getting that wrong, whatever. But do you know what I'm saying? Like some of these men are offbeat on purpose. There's pockets that people be hitting in certain things. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's a big cultural identity thing that goes on with this stuff, and I wouldn't say it bothers me, but it's just like, guys, like we gotta understand stuff for what it is, and I just think no wonder there's so much discourse in regards to like whether it's grime or rap or not, because a lot of man still ain't even figured that out. And up to a couple of years ago, man are still calling you out or getting funny if there's certain differences within certain things, when it's like, yo, we're all kind of doing the same thing. Grime people are the quickest, which is why it frustrates me a little bit in this situation. I can't lie, because grime people are the quickest to differentiate, like, and be like, nah, I'm a grime MC, I'm a grime MC. So when Skepta just goes up there and just says rappers, it's like, what happened to all of that? I can that's why it makes sense that Wiley agrees with. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at least he's sticking to what he's saying in a certain type of way. But again, you listen to Wiley. You know, I had my little thing with Wiley at one point. Like, it's all love, but it's like you listen to Wiley. He said the same. I've always had respect for Wiley, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. But you say the same sort of thing. No, so he said the same sort of thing where it's just like, bro, it's all rap. As he said, like, man, I come from council estates. I don't really agree with the entirety of how he put it, but I know what he's saying and I agree with it fundamentally. Bro, we're all just rapping. We're all just young people rapping and doing our thing, bro. How we get into that, there's a difference. It's the same way that drill artists, do you know what I'm saying? Like, is a drill artist not a rapper then? Like, a drill artist just drill artists? Like, it don't make no sense. There's genres, man. There's genres, and I don't understand why we can't let go of the idea that there's genres without it meaning that we have to let go of our whole cultural identity. Like, no, bro. Like, accepting something for what it is will make you operate better within that space, man. I always say that type of thing, bro. Like, people always want to act like something is not. It's like, bro, it's rap. Like, it is rap. It is rap. It's a different genre. This is our subgenre of rap that we've taken and we've made our thing, and it's beautiful in its own right, and it's amazing, and it's taken man in places, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let's not act like it's a whole completely different genre of music. It's wild. If I play that to anybody else, they're gonna be looking at man like, yo, this is rap, do you know what I'm saying? Or they might say grime, depending on whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like it's a weird one. I think man, I need to do a little bit better and just recognizing certain things. I don't think Skepta's entirely wrong. That's the funny thing. I don't think he's entirely wrong by referencing grime MCs as potential rappers, because it is all along the same thing. That's why the three figureheads almost are speaking about it. Wiley, Skepta, and bloody Gigs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Skepta, if anything, is the in between of Wiley and Gigs, and that's why it makes sense. Like, this discussion is even being had by the three of them, so it makes sense in that degree. But I just wish man didn't pick and choose when they wanted to act like rappers or people are grime MCs, or there's this massive old difference, bro. Like, sometimes, again, even at last point I'm gonna make, but sometimes I speak to like grime MCs and man, like, the way they talk to you, bro, like, not anything rude, but it's like you're talking about making a song and it's like, yeah, I don't know if you'll have anything that I'll be able to vibe with because we make two complete, and it's like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like, no, we don't make that different type of music. I will find something that you like what's like, why do you not think you lot are from Narnia, bro? Like, well, I don't understand that. I'm gonna find you a beat and it's gonna go off. Like, well, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Gigs, shout out to Skepta, shout out to Wiley. And that's what it is about paying homage. Yeah, people might think because when me and Wiley had a little funny thing at that sort of stage or whatever. The point is though, you still pay homage, whether or not you have moments of whatever. You pay homage to these people. These are people that have led the scene. These are people that have good things to say. I don't agree with all of the things that they say at all in regards to how they put them sometimes. Even how Gigs put his point, I don't agree with the whole fundamentals of it. I mean, I agree with the fundamentals of it, maybe not every single point, but it's important, fam. It's important. Do you know what I'm saying? Bam, I'm going back to bed, fam. Fuck you talking about? Get me. I'm sleeping.